See, Randy, you missed it. Sarah and I already did pre-show.
Oh, I just started the video like right before we started the recording, so we'll have that for the patrons out there. richdickman.com/Patreon or something.
No.
Yep. Toyota Tacoma.
Patreon.com/Rich Dickman. What do you, Adam and Crippled Jesus, and you can't get the shit right? Like, I appreciate them trying, but they never get it right.
Well, Rim, I really don't care if I get it right or not. I was just playing the game.
Randy, need you to care. Need you to care, buddy. Just a little bit.
He was putting all the necessary words, but not in the necessary order.
Yeah. It's almost there.
All that matters, right? I was a B student, Rim. What do you want? 90.0. That was my grade point.
You were a B student?
Wait, no. 3.0. 3.0. Exactly. On the dot.
Were you? You did better than I did. Like, I hated school so much. I ended up with I didn't do well. I ended up with a 2.85, I think. It was awful. It was embarrassing. Yeah. Sarah, were you a good student?
Yeah.
I was a pretty good student. Lazy, but efficient.
Right.
Yeah.
College or no? Like, I have 15 credits.
Yeah, I got my undergrad, so.
Microbiology?
Hey.
No, not that smart.
We have all the good benefits. That's Katy Betty. Lots of people are talking about it.
That's enough. That's enough out of you, Tanks. All right, we'll come back to you for freaking fake news the game. Jesus Christ. Scare off or definitely.
Did you want him muted? I muted him. I thought that's what that meant.
Yeah. You know, feel like saying something? Pop in. Because you are the number 2 tonight.
All right. 2. We're going to wing it. See what happens.
That's my life. That's how we do things. All right. Randy, you good to go?
I'm ready to go, sir.
Damn it, Tanks. Okay.
I muted him.
It's fine. Keep him muted. No, you didn't do anything, Slice. You didn't do anything. You're great. I love you for being here. Thank you so much. All right, let's do some intro. Let's do that. Hey, everybody. It's episode 164 of the Rich Dickman Show podcast. It's slightly better than mediocre. Randy, within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to get this figured out. Probably got to turn the music down. Yeah, I'm just trying to feel it, to see what works. You know what I mean? Anyway. We're back.
I think the music overpowers you, so.
It does, and then I get louder, and it kind of ruins things. Anyways, hey, everybody. Thank you for coming back to the Rich Dickman Show. I am your host, Rem, once again back at you and in your ears, sliding down the little ear canal. Hopefully there's not too much wax, and going that little spiral thing that the one guy said is called a cochlea. Randy, is that what it is? I don't know, but that's what my voice is doing right now.
Absolutely. Cochlea arthritis.
Yes. How you doing, bud? What's going on? What are you
I had the best dinner prepared by Kristen's mother. Oh, yeah, I was working on it. Can you see all that? Oh, yeah, I'm not blurred.
No.
Oh, well.
No.
Discord updated. What do you want from me? Okay, it updated. Now my camera software doesn't work, so I can't blur. So, I'm sad, like Rim. My green screen, fake green screen, not real green screen's not working. So you just get the drawings that my daughter did in the background that are all angry faces. I'm sure that's a good sign.
Probably.
And that's Unicorn, Monday the Unicorn. He was born on a Monday, if you didn't figure that out. And he's happy.
Nice.
So,
okay, great. Nice to have you back.
That's how I'm doing, Rim.
Cool. Good to see you. Missed you. It's finally nice to talk to you once again. All right. Anyways, and joining us tonight in our definitely not main host chair. All right. She's been on the show numerous times. However, our entire history has been erased. So this is basically her first time on the show if you're a new listener. But it is international superstar, the one, the only, the beautiful Sarah Starr. Sarah Starr, thanks for joining us tonight for the entire show. How are you?
Yes. I'm doing well. How are you?
Fantastic. You know me. I'm never going to say I'm not doing well because nobody deserves that. Yeah.
And it's
Sarah, you probably don't know this story. I got to tell you this story right now. Because I told you, like at the beginning of the show, we're just going to go and just make it up.
Here we go. What is it?
So, yeah, I was out on the road doing my job once. This is a couple years ago, probably 2013 in the winter. Okay. So it's, it's cold and there's snow on the ground and I'm at the end of my day and I see a gentleman coming out of his house, right? Because I'm going to his house and I say, hey, he says to me, I said, hey, and he says, hey, how are you? He says to me, I say, I'm doing well. How are you, sir? And he says, I just buried my mother. Like, why would you do that to somebody, right? The answer is always,
you got to watch the BoJack Horseman, the BoJack Horseman eulogy episode.
Yeah.
About like they ripped you off a little bit. Yeah. I didn't you see it? I think I did send it to you.
I tell that story at least 3 times a year. And I think you sent it to me the first time last year when I did it. Yeah.
No, but
it's about getting a free churro.
Why immediately tell someone like your horrible news?
Yeah, I'm a stranger. I'm not your therapist.
Yeah, especially a stranger, because you're, it's like, how are you doing? Oh, I just found out I have colon cancer.
Oh, fantastic! Sounds
yeah. It's like.
That'd be like Sarah, like when I popped into the chat, right? And you were there waiting for me, you had the video on and you look lovely, right? And you're like, hey, Rem, how you doing? I'm like, my cat just died. Like, it just sucks the air out of everything, right? So here's the lesson, everybody. Nobody needs your pain and nobody wants it either. As much as you think they do, they don't. So you fake it till you make it. Smile on your face.
I just smile and say, living the dream. That's
living the dream, baby. That's right. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some business out of the way.
I get a lot of, I get a lot of, well, I want what you're smoking. No, I don't get that. I get a lot of, it's a nightmare for me. Or, I want your dreams. And I'm like, okay, I was just saying something so that you'd go away. Right. I didn't really mean to engage you in any kind of contact.
All right. RichDickman.com for all of your Rich Dickman needs. Get in there and check it out. And if you're looking at your podcast feeds, right? Yeah. And Randy's got the shirt. There's a little bit of our history has returned. So you might want to check that one out if you're new to the show. But at RichDickman.com is your links to everything. And if you want a t-shirt like Randy's wearing, you could see that patreon.com/RichDickman. He's wearing the beautiful, the former Rem and our Ray of Sunshine shirt. That's what that Randy.
The most creative thing I've ever done. The most creative thing I've ever done. The first thing that I did was that I illustrated Rem off of a picture from him from like 8 years ago or something crazy. And then I illustrated Huelhauser, and it was the old Rem and Huel shirt. I think you can still get it. And he looked wonderful. And then I was trying to get over with a couple of people and Ray. So I illustrated Ray whenever he was the co-host, or Ray of Sunshine. Fuck.
We don't have any proof of that.
Beep, beep, beep,
beep. Randy, lean back so Sarah can see your artwork. Go ahead. Just lean back.
Oh, I feel like I have seen the shirt. No, it's a good shirt. I also have one of the shirts. It's in my closet. Yes. I did not wear it tonight. I decided to be a little casual.
Yeah. What you're wearing is much, much more appropriate for the show. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
But yeah.
You're welcome.
you have you can watch the video of this, patreon.com/RichDickman. But yeah, Sarah has an exclusive, one of a kind. Nobody has that shirt, Sarah. That's right. Nobody has that.
Oh, we'll see.
That just for you. Yep.
Oh, Sarah, I had a no contact delivery. Whenever I've been delivering pizzas in my off time.
Have you?
Trying to. Yeah, just being,
seeing how that goes.
I'm trying to pay off a piece of jewelry. It's a big gold chain.
Nice.
It's like huge. Yeah.
Are you supposed to be talking about that?
But anyways.
Your Mr. T chain?
Yeah, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it out of the pawn shop room. It's a long story. But anyways.
So, have you had, anyone like try to chase you down and invite you in?
I mean, look at him. Of course he has.
Not yet. But I did get filled up by this lady at a church. That was kind of awkward. She was all up on me, and I was kind of like, I just need a pen, please. And she was like, okay. My husband's the guy who keeps pins. And I was like, okay, that's cool. It was really awkward.
Yeah, so Randy, that was a great segue. And you can go to richshipping.com and you can click the video content and you can see the one and only non-porno porn, the first of its kind, the only of its kind, featuring the beautiful Sarah Starr there. So there
that was a lot of fun. And it features the shirt.
Yes, absolutely. So, Sarah, you recently took a trip out on the West Coast for business. I assume everybody came up to you and said that was a brilliant piece of artwork that you did, right?
They did. People were like, I saw that, and the pizza box, and the entire situation. And now everyone's like, wait, non-porno porn.
It's a new thing. Yes, I own the copyright on it, and they can come talk to me. I'll help them produce it. I just got to throw the Rich Dickman name because that's in my contract. Yeah. So, Sarah, what's going on with you? We haven't talked in a while. How's things? What's new? How's life?
It's happening. No, things are good. I made a little trip to the West Coast to do some filming and, do a bunch of stuff. And that was good. That was a lot of fun. It was nice to kind of get back into things with that because, with COVID, it was just a real weird kind of like, filming's going to be complicated and travel is weird.
Are you guys wearing masks?
So our stuff is still kind of crazy that like we have to get COVID tested the day before a shoot and you wear a mask until you're actively performing and like camera, like everyone in crew wears a mask the whole time. So even though you're COVID tested and even like crew gets COVID tested. So even though everyone's clear, like people are still wearing masks. And part of that is just like LA being LA, like still wearing masks everywhere.
LA. Yeah.
That's why everyone's going to Texas.
So it's
mass exodus.
Interesting, but it was a whole like, I gotta, go do my COVID test and do this. And I got vaccinated, but it's still, series of events to make the sausage.
Right. Appropriate. That's nice. So did you do like how long you're out on the West Coast? You do a lot of filming out there? Is that stuff coming out? Is it big companies?
It is coming out. So it is coming out. Yeah. I filmed for Jeff's Models. I did actually my first anal for them. I've never shot anal for that company. Yeah. And it's cool because there's also another girl in the video, but she's a petite girl. So it's like a really different kind of thing because usually that site is like in their DVDs are all like plus size performers and that kind of thing. And it's like, oh, cool. It's me, a dude, and a small girl. It was fun. It was super cool. We had a really good time. So it was the first time I. Oh, no. No. I feel really bad.
Make it up.
I know. I'm like,
just make it up. Just
no, I don't want to make it up.
We can edit that out.
Yeah.
Oh, Everly.
Swick, get that.
Can't remember the last name. It was like Everly something. She's super cute. Oh my God, she's really cute. And she was fun. She was crazy fun to work with. So, it was a super fun time. And so it was the first time I got to shoot a 3-way and an anal for that company. And that was a blast. I was like, this is great. This is super fun.
Yeah.
And then I actually went into Vegas for a quick minute and shot with Swiney and Angus. So I was like, why not?
Those two.
I was like, why not? And we had an additional party who's a sometimes performer pop in. So it was like a baby blow bang, like a mini baby blow bang. We were going to try to do an airtight, but it didn't quite come together. So, but it was still a fun time. I mean, it's still, we had a blast. A lot of blast on me.
Yeah. So if I may ask, are you doing more on the anal side now? It sounds that you're doing more.
It was just kind of the vibe of the trip where it kind of came up as like, hey, are you open to shooting anal? And I'm like, it's been a minute. It requires some preparations, but it's
we
like,
heard that from
okay,
Bella
why
Benz.
not?
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's not. You don't just like, pick up and say, I think I'm gonna put stuff in my butt on camera.
Yeah. You don't just decide that in the moment. You got to be ready.
Exactly. And I mean, it really worked out because like the anal shoot for Jeff's was the day before I was going to shoot with Swiney and Angus. And I'm like, well, cool. I'm already like on a anal regimen, so to speak. So it's fine. It's like, I'm already kind of existing in this realm. So it totally works out.
So I got to say, I'm excited about the first scene you mentioned. And Liz, I love Angus and Swine. I'm trying to get Angus back in the show, but he can only do Sundays, so I got to work that one out. But the contrast between you and a petite girl, like I'm all about the contrast. I like that. Like, so if you're ever looking for any ideas on what to shoot, hit me up. I got plenty. Sarah Starr and a female bodybuilder.
I gotta know, did you get the tacos craving box from Taco Bell where you get to pick your own entree, you get to pick a classic item, and you get to pick a side item? It's through their app.
I have not.
Oh man,
what the fuck are you talking about, Randy?
They're real good. They're $5.
Oh, it's because he saw that I have a Taco Bell cup.
Yeah,
I did go earlier because I was just like, today was crazy. I got my hair all like recolored, and it's a very long process to do all this. I was just like, oh my God, I just need something to eat. So I stopped at old Taco Bell, and they were out of Baja Blast. See your face. I was like, how are you out of Baja Blast? I was like, fine, just give me regular Mountain Dew, whatever. Like I was so like flabbergasted that there was no Baja Blast, so I just accepted. I was like, whatever, just put drink in my cup. Hey, Freddie.
Yeah. Well, we've got fake news game to play, and we also have our thinking with your Dickman. We've got some dick. We got lots of stuff to do tonight. But while we're on the topic of while we're talking sex, Sarah, I could ask you, all right? And I think I know how old you are. You're about 10 years younger than I am, so maybe you do, maybe you don't. But some of my favorite pieces of adult art are, that sounds weird. I'm so sorry. 90s big bust models, right? Back in like the mid 90s, early mid 90s, when the women were just going crazy with the implants. Right?
Yes.
Like Pandora Peaks, Busty Dusty, Maxie Mounds, like, you know what I'm saying? Kayla Cleavage, right?
You made those up.
Nope.
Not Kayla Cleavage. I met her.
No, Kayla Cleavage is for real. I was like, no, because she still performs.
Yeah. We talked to her, and that was a whole other, Freddie's getting your camera. So do you have like, Sarah's cat is attacking the camera. do you have like a favorite era of pornography, or like a favorite style? Because for me, while you're thinking of it, like 80s and 90s is my favorite, because in the 80s, everything was just more natural. There's more cocaine, but more loving. And in the 90s, you had like the supermodels, and then the augmented women, No,
that's the, man. Yeah, because, you had all the, like, in the 90s, it's like, you still had the cocaine, but everyone discovered plastic surgery. And it was like, how crazy can we get? Like, how huge can I make my tits? And how... Yeah, like everyone started getting super wild. And it's so funny. I was, mine are natural, and I'm like, wow, these are really heavy. So I don't have a whole perspective on like how much fake boobs weigh.
Yeah.
I'm like, are they as heavy as real boobs? Like, how does this work? So that's something I'm always super curious about, where I'm like, but how does this work? Like, how are, because I just think about people who get like those massive fake, like super round, like the basketball titties.
Yeah.
Where I'm like how do you, where I'm like, how do you like you can't see over them. You can't really squish them out of the way.
How do you sleep?
I have a lot of questions, because like
without suffocating.
Yeah, like, I mean, with mine, like, I know, like, it's going to fall under, like, I'm going to roll over in bed and be like, ow, my titty's under my arm, and have to, like, move it out of the way. There are things that come with that. And I'm just like, so what happens when they can't move? How does that work?
Right. Does it strain the skin? Oh man, there's so many more questions now, Sarah. So we're
so
keep
much.
You around
oh yeah, there's so much. But so there is that fascination about like that crazy, and I like gonzo porn where it's just people fucking. They're just having fun. They're having sex. They're enjoying each other. There's not this whole concern about like, make sure you get the 5 positions and pop on her tits or pop in her mouth, or, it's not that like regimented that you get all these very specific positions in a certain order. And it's just like 2 people having a great time. Yeah. But I also appreciate like really theatrical porn, like a series where you're like, wow, they really thought about the plot and the characters, and like you're kind of committed to like finding out how this goes and how it ends, even though you're like, the plumber's never gonna fix those pipes. No. Them drains clogged.
There was a series in the 90s. This is how I discovered Diana Laurent. I'm sorry, my stupid discussing porn knowledge to everybody, but I have a lot. I think it might have been called Stardust. I don't think that was it. It was about like a group of aliens that invaded, and they were taking over.
That was Cody Rhodes' second character in WWE.
Yeah, but it wasn't. This is porn, Randy, from the 90s before Cody Rhodes was born, probably. But yes, I know what you're talking. They put a whole series of this from. It's like a mini series of porno aliens invading the Earth, and like the president was Ron Jeremy.
Oh my god.
I love his version of Wrecking Ball.
Yeah.
Oh, that
isn't he in jail?
Yes, he is currently in jail.
Yeah.
Oh, all the good ones fall.
He's probably not gonna get out of jail.
No. Yeah. Have you ever met him? I heard he smells.
I have met him. I did not notice the smell.
That's only what I hear. I've never met the guy, so I can't say.
I wonder if it's just one of those, like, maybe he gets like really sweaty and he gets sweaty.
I mean, look at him.
He's a hairy man. But no, I never noticed the smell like 3 times I met him, I think. I met him at different expos. Like I never worked with him. So I guess I never got like that level of,
Yeah, I appreciate what he's done in the business. Right, I appreciate that, but it also creeps me the hell out when when he breaks character or looks at the camera and does the breaking the fourth wall thing. There's a couple of like that. It's like, yeah, you see her over there? She's fucking everybody on this couch. That's right. And I'm like, oh, come on, Ron Jeremy, I don't need that. I don't need that at all. Can we just go to Annie Anderson, getting a train run on her, play those 7 dudes? All right. Let's break away. We're gonna bring, because he's sitting there patiently. Heart of Tanks is back. Heart of Games. We're gonna play Fake News the game with the lovely Sarah Starr. Sarah, I have a bumper here, so I'm gonna play the bumper, Tanks, before you start talking. I gotta find it, and as I'm, Sarah, Tanks will bring in news headlines, and it is up to us to decide which one is the fake one. So let's get his bumper in, because Ray of Sunshine needs to get paid.
Come on down, contestants. Step up to the wheel and have a spin at the latest craze, taking the internet by storm. We're one-upping, phoning a friend, buying vowels, and getting voted off the island. That's right, it's Fake News the Game.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rem, for having me on the show. Welcome to Fake News the Game. I'm your host, Heart of Tanks. With me is competing for the spot in the championship is Randy and Rem. How are you guys doing?
Hey, thanks. Great to be here again, buddy. Thanks for having us back.
He said Randy first. Rem, you wait your turn.
I did alphabetical order.
Tanks.
And with
Tanks,
us,
I'm excited to be here. Rem, now you may continue.
Yes, these two are going to be competing for the spot at the championship for the Ray of Sunshine Award. But we have someone that might be in their way. We have the well-known porn star extraordinaire. We have Sarah Starr. How are you, Sarah?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I am doing great. I'm hosting Fake News the Game. Hopefully, in the first time we had a guest, they clutched out a win. I would love for you to crush these two people's hopes and dreams, just so I can have some happiness out of it. But we'll see how this game goes. However, if you do get to a tiebreaker, there might be something in your wheelhouse. But we'll
Okay.
We'll just move on to the regular stories here. So it'll be doing 5 rounds. Every round will be a category, and one story is real and one story is fake. It's up to you to find out what is the real story between those two stories. So, without further ado,
I'll keep score, Randy. Don't worry. I know I can't count on you.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I think I should really keep score, but hey, the players are doing it for me. Hey, what can I say now?
Yeah, no, you got to perform, buddy. Get in there. What's the first story?
Yeah, round 1, we have Florida Man, like the usual starts of this game.
Tanks, before you start, I got to tell you, Sarah and I were talking before the show, and I was telling her about Fake News, the game, and she said, "Oh, so it's basically Florida versus what did you say, Sarah? I can't remember.
Florida Man versus the Onion."
Yeah, Florida Man versus the Onion. Yeah,
yeah, I heard you guys say that, but yeah, it's pretty much that. Except for the Onion, we have this.
Nope.
This battling. Story number 1: Florida man burns down ex-girlfriend's house with homemade flamethrower.
Jesus Christ.
Or story number 2: Pensacola mom calls for action after daughter accidentally eats marijuana edibles.
So we're looking for the fake story. And I'm going to say the edibles story is fake because I totally believe some dude made a goddamn flamethrower and burned his girl's house. All right. So the marijuana.
I'm going to say that I'm going to come out of the gate hot. I'm going to come out of the gate hot, and I'm going to say Rim is wrong, and that it's the flamethrower guy. That's the fake story.
All right, and Sarah.
So Sarah, just you have to pick the real story. Pick the story you think is real.
I think the edibles is real.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Well, looks like there one person is wrong at least, and the person that's wrong is Rem because the fake story was the burning down the homemade flamethrower. Pensacola mom calls for action after daughter accidentally eats marijuana edibles. Someone accidentally just made like marijuana bake stuff, and the kids had a wild ride, so to speak.
Yeah, poor kids. All right, so I'm down,
yes.
and Sarah and Randy have 1 point. What's our next story, Tanksy?
Next story in the lineup. Do you just hate gender reveal parties? Well, I'm going to give you a good excuse to hate them. One story. Story number 1. Exploding device at gender reveal party leads to wildfire in northern Canada. Or husband found cheating on wife at their own gender reveal party.
That's the real one. The fake story is the Canada one because Canada, you're not allowed to have anything going on right now. So the Canada story is fake. Randy.
I concur with Rim. The Canada story is fake.
Yeah, Sarah.
Sarah, I'll give you time to think about it. Like, what do you think is the real story here?
No, I also agree because the wildfire situation was a California gender reveal, not Canada.
Oh ho ho, clean sweep. The real story is the one at Canada. I'm looking at a story right now from the Canadian Press. Exploding device at gender reveal party leads to wildfire in northern Alberta.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's 2.
A $600 fine has been issued after a gender reveal party led to a wildfire in Alberta.
Fine?
Yep,
just $600? Fuck, I'm gonna go burn down Canada and pay the $600 fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck them. Alberta is going to secede from Canada because they're milking them dry. They're going to join the U.S. of A.
I hate Canada myself, dude. I just clean swept a whole entire crew of people and think this again. I feel so good about myself.
All right, Tanks. Next story. God damn it.
Let me marinate in this victory real quick.
There's no marinate.
So good.
No, I'll just mute you.
Yeah, next story, Tanks.
And go out the champion.
Next story. Now let's go something a bit more, also more lighter. Terrible ways to die.
Oh.
We have story number 1. One killed in Orange County crash involving overturned septic truck.
Oh, that's a shitty way to go.
Or I died. That joke was low hanging fruit. Man dies after being struck by ice cream truck.
Boy, the septic tank truck's fake. Ice cream truck is real. Go ahead, Randy.
Like, I want to agree because the ice cream truck is less descriptive, but I'm gonna go with the ice cream truck is fake because it is less descriptive. I'm gonna flip the script on the description.
See, that's a tough one because I'm like, okay, is it like the ice cream truck, like a small van going 5 miles an hour, playing Pop Goes the Weasel, or was it like Schwann's ice cream man going down interstate?
Shabam!
Yeah, like
Twisted Metal.
So,
anyone to get that reference?
I got it. The clown.
I'm gonna go with the ice cream truck.
As real or fake?
Ooh.
Oh, as the real story.
Okay, so I had septic tank being real, and Randy and Sarah had the ice cream stuck in the ice. Yeah, Tanks knows. Tanks, who's winning here?
The real story is the septic tank overturned at Orange County.
Oh, yeah.
It's also another Florida story, which I got 2 for 1. We missed one last week, so I decided to get double value for this episode.
We're all tied up at 1 point.
Bad way to go.
Yeah, shitty way to go.
Yeah. Round number 4, graduation news. Story number 1. Valedictorian outs teacher with porn on his iPad during graduation speech.
Sarah, you never taught class, right?
Or high school senior graduates after 4 years of homelessness and poverty.
What's the fake story? It's going to be the homeless guy. That's fake story. Because I'm certain our valedictorian outed his teacher. Everybody's doing porn these days on their phones. Homeless one's fake. Randy, which one's fake?
I'm going to go with the iPad one's fake. Because no self-righteous, teenager would use an iPad. They'd use their phone. So
okay, actually, good point. All right, Sarah, as an expert here.
I'm kind of leading in with Randy on that one, but it's one of those where I'm like, really? Like, on one hand, you're like, okay, a child who was homeless in poverty for 4 years graduating high school is totally not unheard of.
Yep.
Like, it's totally plausible.
But
damn.
It's a tough one. Yeah, you just have to go with your instincts.
So wait, read them to me again. I'm like, let me hear it one more time.
Story number 1.
Yes.
Valedictorian outs teacher with porn on his iPad during graduation speech. Okay. Or high school senior graduates after 4 years of homelessness and poverty.
I'm going to call the graduation one the fake lie.
The graduation speech?
Oh, shit. Sorry. Not the speech. The poverty graduation. The lie.
Okay, so she's with me.
Poverty's a lie.
Well, the real one is high school senior graduates after 4 years of homelessness and poverty. Now, I'm going to be talking about this story for a while because I needed some happiness in my life. So this girl was pretty much like living on the street, and she had to pretty much work. She got to go to school and then work overnight, like just so she can pay rent and food and bills and shit like that.
Thanks.
So
that's great and
she's
all,
awesome.
But I'm confused now because I think I'm a little drunk. Are we picking the fake story? Because we're picking the fake story.
You're picking the real story here. I said the first.
Right, so Randy's right, and Sarah and I are wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, Sarah. I was trying to work that one. Yeah. All right, Tanks. Yes, it's a great, inspiring story, especially in California where homelessness runs rampant, and hopefully their politicians can fix that and do something for
mass
those people.
Migration to Texas.
That's
everybody's going
that.
from.
Just go to Arizona. Dylan has.
They're all going to Texas.
Tanks, what's the last story, buddy? If Randy gets this one right, no matter what Sarah and I do, Randy will win the game.
All right, please. Okay, so Randy, please get it wrong so we can do the tiebreaker.
No, I'm gonna win, motherfuckers.
We'll see. Round 5, Catholic schools. Good. One story.
Oh, I went to Catholic school for 5 years.
Me too.
Years. Well, 5 years if you include kindergarten.
So this Catholic seems like a high school.
It seems like both these gentlemen have an advantage. We'll see. Story number 1: small sex swing.
Notre Dame.
Small sex swing found in vice principal's office. or real nun will plead guilty to stealing money from Torrance Catholic School.
That's the real story. Fake story is a sex swing. Go ahead, Randy.
I'm going to concur.
I am going to go opposite and say that the sex swing was found in the vice principal's office, and the fake story is the nun stealing the money.
All right. If Sarah gets this one right, she will tie with Randy. We'll go to a tiebreaker.
There is a tiebreaker because the real story is the nun will plead guilty to stealing money from the Torrance High School. And I'm surprised you guys didn't pick up me. I'm surprised you guys didn't pick up me by saying real by accident too.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
I said real by accident. You did win, right? Randy, you won.
Yeah.
So how many of these have we done? So how many of these have we done, by the way?
Wait.
The real story is...
What was the real story?
The real story is none will plead guilty to stealing money from Catholic high school.
Okay.
Oh.
So, all right.
So no, but I said the fake one was the... that was the fake one. Oh,
yeah,
wait.
You said the sex swing was the real one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Randy went, but Tanks, humor us. You said this is appropriate for a guest. What is the tiebreaker? This one's just for fun.
So I looked up since we have a basically in here. So I have the top 10 searches that defined 2019 from Pornhub, and the top 5 is POV, amateur, Belle Delphine, alien, and cosplay. So just so we're doing this for fun, Randy gets first crack at to predicting which out of these 5 is like the higher placing.
So we're looking for the top search.
The top search, yeah. This would be the tiebreaker.
And this is for 2021?
From 2019. I tried to find 2020, but it was just some rant. It just couldn't really... I didn't find any graphs, so you got to go back an extra year.
All right, so
give
me those
read them off
again.
one more time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have POV, amateur, Belle Delphine, alien, and cosplay. Those are the top 5 searches that defined 2019.
I'm going amateur. Putting all my chips on black.
All right. Sarah, do you have thoughts on this one?
Top search?
Like this?
Yeah. Of those 5, which one's the highest? Yeah.
Ooh.
I like Sarah's camera. It's like stop motion sometimes. It goes from one side to the other.
God, I gotta hear that list one more time because I'm dumb.
All right, we have POV, alien, Belle Delphine. No, I just forgot the order. No. So it's POV, amateur, Belle Delphine, alien, and cosplay. I think what I should do is just like type them all up and just put them in the chat to make it easier.
Well, I think that it's Belle Delphine because she was super popular for a while, but she was really controversial.
See, it's a good thought, Sarah.
That's where I'd probably...
If Tanks was doing 2021, I definitely would have said Belle Delphine because she released her little porno at the beginning of the year. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and say cosplay because people got way into cosplay.
All right, so
go ahead, Tanks.
Let's start with number 5 and work our way up. Number 5 is cosplay.
Oh, fuck you.
So Sarah Star, you actually beat Rem. Congratulations. Belle Delphine is number 4. POV is number 3. Alien is number 2. And Randy snipes the amateur from number 1.
Yeah. It's a bunch of Chris O.C. porn searching. That's what he likes. All right. Tanks, thank you so much. Randy, you are the Ray of Sunshine champion right now. Tanks, you got to plug something? Go ahead, buddy.
Nothing to plug. I just had a TikTok, so if people give a shit about me, of just a faceless picture, follow me on TikTok, I guess. I don't know.
What's your TikTok, bro?
Oh, it's Heart of Tanks, just like no spaces.
Okay.
It's like, are you doing the dances?
Nah, I don't personally do that. People are actually, for whatever reason, I've been sent a lot of like mental health stuff, which is actually good for me personally, and it's kind of like heartwarming to see a bunch of people saying, "Hey, bro, you got this," like all over TikTok, because usually the internet is a very dark and depressing place. So it's good to kind of see that type of shit.
Tanks, get yourself into some Bob Ross. All right, I swear to God,
I delivered to a girl in a Bob Ross T-shirt the other day.
I have 2 of them. I love the guy. Get yourself into a month's worth of Bob Ross, and your life will change. All right. And if you're going to show your dick, do it for money. Okay. Don't ever do it for free. Understand? All right.
Facts.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Tanks. Appreciate you for playing the game with this. Is great. Thank you. All right, Sarah.
Have a good
you
one,
didn't
guys.
win, but did you have fun?
I did not. I did. I did have fun.
You did. Awesome. Sarah, thank you for playing our game. That is a welcome addition to the show. I do enjoy it quite a bit. So I'm glad Tanks came up with that.
He's getting better at making fake news, man.
Yeah. He got me. I only got one right.
He might get in a ministry.
Yeah.
Couldn't get past old Banders, though. Banders Randers, the chief commanders. I got a nose for censorship.
Are you still there? I thought you stopped.
All right. Bye, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you.
He's
all right.
Muted.
Sarah, we can. So I always let the guests to pick. My definitely not main host gets to pick the next one. All right, so we can either do Dick of the Week or Thinking with Your Dickman, our advice segment. And I would, if I could push you in a certain direction, I'd push you into Thinking with Your Dickman.
Yeah. We're gonna go with some Thinking with Your Dickman.
Yeah,
can I interrupt the show and bring it to a screeching halt?
Yeah, is it about your dead parents?
Yeah. No, Kristen, my lovely girlfriend, wants me to get your opinion on something. And Rim, you can make fun of me for this. I'm going to put this in the live show chat. Sarah.
Okay.
Okay, so here this is.
Okay, hold on.
I want to get a suit that color for my wedding.
Gotta go
if I get married again.
The old chat there. One moment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. I just
didn't mean to make you work.
Oh, the pain.
What do you think, Rim?
Randy, I like it. If you can pull it off, you should wear it.
Yeah, I think if you can make that work, it's a look.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that is a
Okay, that's what I thought. And she wants teal. So I don't know how that'll work out, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Sir, since we're doing lifestyle questions here, I'm going to skip Thinking with Your Dickman for a moment. Sarah, I got a couple questions for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Do you prefer a hairy man or a man who manscapes, so to speak? You know.
Yeah, it kind of varies. Like it honestly depends on the person, because I've been with people who are like crazy shaven, where they're like way slick, and I've been with guys who have hair. Not really get into like someone who's got a fur coat, so to speak, where it's like, oh, I can brush you.
Yeah,
I know that. Like that's it's a lot. It's a lot. Like if it, like you can press it down and, it's
put like the handprint in it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's a lot of hair.
Yeah.
So it feels like you're like hugging a pet. I know. It's like, oh, it's a lot of hair. But yeah, I'm kind of indifferent as far as body hair. But it's like when it's too much, it's too much. It's like there's that kind of line where it comes over.
Yeah. I don't like body hair at all. So I bought a new manscaping tool, and it's wonderful.
You should have took the free one.
No, see, we were offered a sponsorship with this company called Smooth My Balls. All right.
Okay, I'm listening.
It would have been perfect for this show. However, they wanted me to buy their kit at like half price, and then they'd give us a whole bunch of free shit too, and a promo code and all that stuff. I'm not going to go spend $70. I don't know if it's a scam or whatever. Who knows? I can be cheap, but yeah, they're called Smooth My Balls, and I in a different time, I probably would have gone with it because I would love to say, hey, we're sponsored by Smooth My Balls. Get in there, promo code TRDS. That would have been awesome. Yeah, but I bought a different one. I bought my own for less money, but it was great. And, get in there and take care. Because it disgusts me. I don't like body hair at all.
That's a good hustle, man, that they're doing to get the product out, man.
I mean, that's a way
That's funny.
If it's like super expensive. Yeah, right. Like I'll have people like companies that drop.
It's like advertising on. Oh, sorry.
No. But like I have companies that drop in my Instagram and they're like, oh, we want you to be an ambassador. And they're like, here's a 10% coupon. And I'm like, 10% like the tax.
Now it's Pride Month, right? So I got to ask you, Sarah, because I know you've been with men and women. Do you prefer sucking dick or eating pussy?
I really prefer sucking dick. So as far as dating, I've never dated a woman, but I'm also I'm almost aromantic. Like if we're really going to start talking about like all of the different types of sexuality and all that, it takes a lot for me to like genuinely connect with a person for dating. So as far as just like sex, I'm pansexual. Like whatever combination of genitalia a person has is totally cool. So, and however a person identifies doesn't bother me. It's like, okay, if we vibe, like we get along really well and I think we can have fun having sex, I'm totally into it. But as far as like romantically, it kind of takes a lot for me to connect with someone. And I've never met anyone other than like a couple of men where I'm like, oh, like actually really care about you. I think you're a great person. I'd like to get to know you on a deeper level.
Right. So it's interesting you answered that way, because this is a question I've always had, in whatever we're doing, we have you on, I always forget to ask. And maybe I have asked in a different way, but now that it's clear in my head. So sex, right? Everybody has a different view of sex. We have the traditional between a husband and wife, and then you have more modern, you're having fun with everybody. So to you, Sarah, like, is sex an activity to do with somebody?
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, if you're just hanging out, if you're just hanging out and like, hey, do you want to fuck? And like, all right, let's get to it. Like that type of, is it that casual? Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's just like, oh, I think you're kind of cool. Like, you want a blowjob? Like,
right.
Do you like sex? It's kind of up there with like, do you want to go watch a movie? It's like, hey, do you want to cuddle and
it's on the
sex?
same level. Right.
Yeah.
Because that whole thing fascinates me. We've had guests on in the past, the Priory Society, Eros and Isis, and they're legit swingers. Okay, they do a swinging podcast where they talk about the lifestyle, and so we really get into how they're married and they're sharing each other with other people, and they're swinging in this either same room, separate rooms, the whole thing. And it occurs to me that they view sex differently. As Jessica Lust or Lisa May or Bella Benz or even Swiney and Angus, we've talked to them. It's a different view of sex from what the traditional or the quote unquote normal view is, and it's so different to think of sex as just an activity to do versus. It's gotta be in love with somebody, you gotta deeply care about them, and and not to say any which way is right or wrong. It's fascinating to me, because I've never, to my knowledge in my personal life, I haven't met somebody where it's just like, hey, you just want to get together and fuck. Like that's never happened. To me. Yeah, but for you,
it's a funny thing because. Yeah, and it's great, like with the type of work I do, because there's never that like, oh my god, I can't believe that he's filming with her. Like I don't care who people film with as long as everyone's safe. Like that's always my biggest thing. I'm like, okay, everyone's tested, we're being safe, cool. But yeah, I'm all very much like, oh yeah, we're having fun here. Obviously, doing porno, I have to be like a lot more careful and aware of what I do in my life. So those activities don't get to happen the way that, talking about like, hey, having sex for recreation.
Yeah.
Not something that I get to really like do now because I have to be more responsible with my body.
You got to ask for papers. Yeah. Show me your papers and we can fuck. Yeah, I got you.
Exactly. Right. It's like, so do you have a test? And then it's like, we're still going to use condoms because I don't know you that well. So it's a lot of like layers of trust and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's always, I don't remember a time when I always had to associate like sex with love or sex with a relationship. It's always just been like, orgasms are fun. I mean, I can do it myself, but it's more fun with someone else.
Right.
And I know people who feel totally differently where they're like, no, I have to have an emotional connection with the person, people have different rules. They have different systems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just fascinating. That's why I love doing this show. Is that we talk to all sorts of different people and it's all, that's just a whole different way of thinking that, I've never really experienced in my life. And so thank you for answering that. All right. Are you ready to give some advice to some of our listeners, or one of our listeners? We do one a week.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, and I think you did, because I think you said you listened to my old podcast once or twice as you were a World of Warcraft player. But, I've been a professional advice giver since freaking 2012, Randy, since 2012.
There we go.
Almost 10 years.
Woo!
Yeah. All right. Let's get that bumper in there.
You want segments? We've got segments. It's Thinking with Your Dickman.
All right, so, it used to be nice having somebody who read these for me, but I'll just read it. A listener named Jerry writes in, Guys, I just learned the most ironic fact of all time. Bananas cannot reproduce. Of all the phallic-shaped fruits out there, isn't it hilarious that a banana can't reproduce? Okay, so to the question, how do I use this information to have sex with more women? Do I tell them my penis is like a banana and won't reproduce? Is that a line that ladies will find attractive? I sure hope so. Thanks for the advice, you studs. All right, Sarah. I don't know if you knew this. I did not know this. If this is true, bananas don't reproduce. Did you know that?
I had not heard that. Now I'm like referring to Google.
Yeah. Randy's fact checking through his medicine. Yeah.
They don't have seeds.
But, let's say you're out at the bar, right? You're sitting there. You're having a nice Captain Morgan sliced apple. It's fucking gross, by the way.
I'm like, that's your is that your drink of choice?
That's not I'm just trying to finish the bottle because it was a gift and I'm polite. You're sitting there, you're having a drink, you're having a martini, whatever it is. And let's say old Rem Dickman slides up next to you in the bar and says, hey, did you know bananas don't reproduce? Because neither does my dick. Like, are we having sex after that or what? That's hot, right?
Jesus.
No, it's bad.
Okay.
That's an awful line.
So there's the part of me where I'm like, wait a minute, tell me more about this banana thing. But then there's the second part of me that I'm like, wait, hold on. When did you have a vasectomy? Because, obviously that's of interest to me. Like I am personally child free. I've chosen, I mean, obviously I still choose, but I decided I just didn't want to have kids, and I still don't want to have kids. So I do things to actively prevent that. So someone telling me they've had a vasectomy and obviously being able to like prove it, super awesome. But that's kind of
scars.
Yeah, but that's kind of a weird way of getting there.
Yeah.
It's
very forward.
Hey,
yeah.
Like, hi, I just met you. This is crazy. I had a vasectomy. You won't have a baby.
Randy, write that down for an episode title.
I can't write shit.
I didn't mean to kill you, Randy. I'm sorry.
No. We can make that a song. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but I had a vasectomy. We can't have a baby.
Baby.
Boom. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You okay, bud? You all right?
Oh.
Yeah. So, Sarah, what?
No,
so
I got advice.
Okay, we're looking for pickup lines.
Instead,
Jerry, that one's terrible.
Yeah, here's a good pickup line that I got from a guy named Dragon. He was from Albania. And, no, it wasn't Albania. Doesn't matter. It was somewhere in there.
Doesn't matter. His name's Dragon.
Maybe it wasn't Ukraine. Yeah, his name was Dragon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
The dragon from, I think it's
Tell
Albania.
the story, Randy.
But anyways, he tells me, he says, Randy, you pick up lots of chicks. And I'm like, I don't really, it's not my thing, man. And he's like, no, you do it. You do it with this line. And I'm like, what line? And he's like, okay. So you walk up to the lady and you say to the lady, there's a very pretty girl here. What's the best pickup line you know? And then whenever they tell you the pickup line, you turn around and walk away, and you turn right back around and hit them with that pickup line again. And you're like, there.
Wait, what? You asked the lady? You asked the lady for the pickup line?
Yeah. And then you turn around and walk away.
Oh,
and then you give it back to her.
Hold on.
But you fake her out and make her thinking that you're going to take it to another lady.
I get it. Hey, Sarah, what's your favorite pickup line? What's the best pickup line that you know? It's hey, okay, all right.
It's a running joke one of my really good friends and I have, because he's like, that's the only pickup line I have. I go, hey. I was like,
hey.
So why you're still single?
How about who's in charge of heaven since you're here?
Oh.
Yeah. After the show, I'll tell you where I heard that one, because that one's there's not a good story behind that one, actually. What other pickup lines could we offer Jerry here? Because don't use the banana one, right? I don't know. Sarah, you view sex differently than many people.
I mean, I feel like the banana one would be great at a swing club. Like, that would be hysterical and awesome at like a swing club or that kind of party where you're like really trying to mingle and get to know people and be a little sexually forward. That would be amazing there, where it's, you're kind of putting a little information out and you're letting people know you're available. That would work there. Might be a little too much at the bar.
Yeah. What if I dropped it in front of my VP? He's in town. I'm just like, hey, Peru, did you know bananas can't reproduce, and neither can my dick? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I got hit in the balls 99 times my freshman year of high school. I don't think I can reproduce again.
No,
that was me.
You got lucky.
What
once.
are you doing?
Yeah. Oh, I just got, that's how they brought you up in my high school.
Oh, I'm like, is that one of those, like, it's like, welcome to Jackass?
Yeah, no, it was like my first day. My neighbor dropped me right in the mud. I got covered in mud from head to toe. I was in a button up. It was pretty tragic.
Yeah. All right. I would say, Jerry, when you're at a bar and you're looking to pick up women, I would offer some advice here, and this is for real. I would watch the room. Okay. Watch the room for a little bit, see what's going on, see what the vibe is, all right? Because maybe the girls, they don't want to hear from you, okay? They're just there chilling out, having a whiskey with their girlfriends, and they don't want anything to do with a man, all right? But maybe they do, okay? Maybe they're sitting alone, they're looking around, waiting for somebody to come up, and you can tell body language is important, all right? And when you see that, you get up there and say, hey, what's that you're drinking? That looks pretty good, all right? And then you get talking about the drink, and then... And I'm stealing this from Dick Masterson, okay? Hey, Sarah, what kind of shoes are those? I like those. Those are nice shoes you got there.
Oh,
yeah. Why don't you tell me about your shoes? I said Sarah, and Siri thought I was talking to her. Jesus. And I have a male Siri voice, and he thought I was picking him up. Yeah.
Wow.
Your phone's like, but I don't wear shoes.
Well, I'm sorry. What are those?
What do
you think about that? The shoes line.
That's okay. But also it's like, what are you drinking? And then if it's like 3 girls together, you could always offer to buy them a shot. Like, do you
get
like
them drunk?
Well, but it also makes you look friendly and approachable. So don't be
money.
like, see, but don't be like, hey, let's do like Patron or I don't know. I'm not great at like naming off like top shelf, like Freddie, stop, like whatever top shelf. But you know, like I just round of lemon drop shots. Those aren't expensive. Jeez, Freddie, stop.
And everybody likes lemon drops, and kamikaze sound offensive, so say lemon drops.
Right. It's like, it's like, come on, I'll get some lemon drops. But, you know, also make sure that the bartender gives them the drinks so they don't think that you roofie them. You know, you got to keep everything.
You know, have you ever done the blowjob shot?
I have not.
No, okay.
Which is funny.
This one pops in my head.
I drink, but I've never done it.
When I was I don't know 8 or 10 years old, and this is a long time ago when you guys were just being born, because Jesus Christ, I'm old. But my uncle was working at a bar, and we were at a family gathering, and this is a bunch of Italian people, all right? So you know, Sicilian Italian people, straight off the boat, and my uncle. Working on a bar, he's like, I'll tell you what the most popular shots are. Number 1 is a blowjob. And my father, oh, what are you, stupid? He starts yelling it's his brother. Right? He starts yelling at his brother in front of her because the kids are here. What the hell are you talking about? Anyways, that's my experience with the blowjob shot.
Wow. No, I've never had one. Like, for as much as I drink and have had unusual drinks, I have not had one of those.
No. All right. If you ever make it out to Hartford, I'll buy you a blowjob. Is that how that works? I'm not sure, but
no, that's one of those where you're at the bar and you're like, "Would you like a blowjob?"
Yeah. See,
that's not the pickup line. Yeah.
No, especially if you're a female bartender and you got some asshole sitting there, because all guys are assholes. Yeah, like I know where that. Yeah, it's awful. All right, Jerry, I hope we helped you. All right. I guess the key takeaway here, Jerry, is don't be an asshole. That's it. Like, that's advice for everybody. Take advice
from anyone named Dragon. Named Dragon.
Especially if you don't know what his nationality is, because that's important. And I know you're not supposed to say that stuff, but all right. Let's what do we
Bulgaria.
Next, Randy?
No, that's Rusev.
Will you stop it? God damn it. Let's see here.
Bolivia?
Things I wanted to talk about. There's a couple of things I wanted to bring in, but Sarah's here. We're having such a good time, so I don't want to bring her down with any stupid mask stuff with kids and all this other nonsense that's going on. Sarah, are you mask free now down in Louisiana and vaccinated?
Yeah, like Louisiana is wild now. Everything's open. Everything's even like I had just kind of like this little doctor's thing, and you're still supposed to wear masks in medical facilities, like doctor's appointments or whatever, and no one was wearing a mask. I was like, oh, I feel like the odd man out. I was like, I'm the weird one. So everything's here is like wide open. It's like nothing ever happened.
See, up here in Connecticut, they've opened up everything. There's no restrictions except for the masks for the non-vaccinated. And Randy, as a fully vaccinated individual myself, I no longer have to wear a mask. However, we have kids, all right? There's kids here, and they all go to school, and they're requiring children who, by the way, are not vectors of the disease, and they're not going to get seriously hurt from it. Anyways, they have to wear masks at school. Okay, it got hot the last couple of days. So we're getting phone calls from the automated school system saying, we're having early dismissal because it's hot. And I'm like, wait a second. It's been hot before. Why are we having early dismissal? They have air conditioning. Guess what? They can't run fans in the school for all these kids who are perfectly healthy, stuck in masks. They can't run fans, so they have to dismiss them early. Like, how fucking stupid is this now? Like, are we out of our minds? Yeah. So you're inconveniencing all these parents who weren't planning on any half days 2 weeks before the school year ends, who are, trying to get back to work and do all that other stuff. Now they have to figure out more childcare because they can't turn fans on in school. Wow. Way to get old Rem Dickman all fired up over this nonsense. I told my kids, I said, listen, if you get hot, you take your goddamn mask off. What are they going to do? Send you home? Let them send you home. That's what you want anyways. Like, what do we do? Anyways, I thought that was dumb. It's stupid in what we're doing. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing. I was curious. So I'm glad Louisiana is doing well, and I'm glad you guys are safe and happy and healthy and wonderful. Great. All right. And then the other one, I would like to make a public apology, Randy, to my friend Matt from Not for Human Consumption podcast. And I'm going to talk about those assholes in a second, Sarah, because you're involved in this one. But first of all, Matt, if you're listening, I'm sorry for texting you so much the other night. All right. With Ray of Sunshine disappearing, like he disappeared. Mm-hmm. Randy, we didn't hear from him for like 3 days. I thought he was dead. And then Randy's working 6 jobs. Yep. Yeah. I literally have no friends anymore to text because Chris O.C., he sleeps during the day. Yeah. It's awful, Sarah. It's awful. I don't have any friends. So Matt popped up and I was texting him and I was giving him all my Ray of Sunshine conspiracy theories too. And he's like, yeah, people leave in fucked up ways, man. I'm like, I know. There was this one time I was doing a Game of Thrones podcast and I answered a question for Fit before he had a chance to answer it. And he quit podcasting with me. So it's a whole thing. Anyways, Matt, I'm sorry for bothering you. Okay. Sarah, when you were on last, you were on episode 150. All right. We did our Hall of Fame and we premiered the Sarah Star non-porno porn. And we had guests with us. We had Cody from Roast Mortem, who I love.
Yes.
And we had Jay and Dylan from Not For Human Consumption, who fuck those guys. Right? Fuck you guys. You don't listen, so fuck you guys.
Isn't that how I got on their podcast?
Yeah.
It is. It's how you got on.
It is. You were like way drunk and they were like, hey, come on our podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, I got so much drunker.
Yeah. He got drunker.
Like it escalated from there.
Yeah. He went sober for a month.
Because they brought me back for another episode. I did 2 episodes with him.
Yeah, it was bad. He threw up on himself and everything was awful.
Yeah, it was the best. That's why I'm not drinking now.
They were making fun of me, Sarah, because I kept referring to you. So, hey, Sarah, what do you think? But I'm like, I'm being a good host. Sarah Starr is taking time out of her schedule, her busy schedule, to come hang out with us on our stupid podcast. So, of course, I'm going to pay attention to her. Also, she's way hotter than the 2 of you. So, yes, I'm going to pay attention to her. Okay? Because you 2 assholes are ugly, and I'm sorry your lives are so sad. But Sarah is a lovely human being. And so there we go. That's the explanation there. I can say all that because they don't listen.
Dylan Rim, rap battle, episode 200. If you ain't scared, Dylan, show up. Because Rim sure will.
I'm trying to get Dylan's phone number, all right, so he and I can be buddies because, again, I need more friends. What do you think is the best way to get a dude's phone number? Because I kept asking, he wouldn't just give it to me.
That's weird. I mean, generally, just asking is how you do that. Just like, hey, can I get your number? And usually it's like, yeah, here.
Yeah.
Like you send him a DM or,
Yes, I think Dylan and I would be really good friends. I was on their show a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling them, listen, I think Dylan, you and I would be really good friends. Just give me a number, man, and we can chat. We can text each other like bros. Not cool. Mm. Not.
Maybe if you beat him in the rap battle, he'll give you his number.
Yeah, is that what it is? All right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right, Sarah, I had some ideas for things for other projects we could work on, and I wanted to run them by you. Okay. And please be honest. Okay. If this is something you're not interested in doing, just go ahead and tell me. I have a very thick skin and I don't take offense to anything. And I want to tell you, if you ever met me in real life, I'd be a totally different person. Okay. Because here in my microphone with my sliced apple, Captain Morgan, like I'm a different person than the timid, very nice human being I am. Yeah. Slightly better than mediocre on the podcast. We're just mediocre in real life. But, in light of doing the non-porno together, okay, I had a couple ideas for things that, you and I, or you, Randy, and I could do for like either bonus content on the Rich Dickman show, whatever it is. Okay.
The patrons, the Patreon.
Yes. So the first idea I had was like doing like a, we used to have a listener, his name was Mr. Porno Man, and he would send us porn clips to review and we'd comment them on the show. So if we did something like that, we did like a porn review with Sarah Starr, where we watch a porn, like a scene or a couple scenes with an actual expert, and you can give your commentary and critique and thoughts on it. Would you be interested in doing something like that? Yeah. Would you review Sarah Starr movies, or do you not watch your own stuff?
No, I hate watching myself.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really weird. It's like I obviously edit my own stuff, and I'm like, oh God.
Oh, there's my asshole again.
Right. It's like, oh, I'm like, I guess someone likes all this.
Yeah. Okay, but you'd be down for doing something like a
definitely.
Watching a porn together. Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah, because there's just so many ways that I can go.
Yeah, and I think it'd be fun. Okay, so the next one, these kind of go side to side. So what I wrote down was At the Movies with Sarah Starr, where maybe it's not a porn movie review, but like either we can do like a track commentary, watch a movie and comment over it and then put that out there so someone can watch along with us, or, we
Tiptoes. Have you ever watched Tiptoes?
No.
Oh, Hulhauser recommended it on episode 32, I think.
Tiptoes? Is it some sort of fucked up, like...
it's got Matthew McConaughey and his brother is Gary Oldman, who's a little person. And Matthew McConaughey runs off. Yeah. I watched that with my grandparents and my cousin. It was the most awkward thing ever, but it was great. So there's something like that.
All right. So would you be interested in doing like movie reviews with, reviews with Sarah Starr? Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me mark that as a possibility. And then the final one, and because this is a very sexy episode, and I'm willing to go topless as well. But I mean, nude video reviews. Like, would you sit there and talk about a movie in the nude, and we could charge extra for that? And of course, you would be compensated for your time.
Yeah, why not? I mean, so that was something like on my OnlyFans, something that I was doing because I post 6 days a week, and Sundays. Sometimes I post on Sundays, sometimes I don't. And what I was doing for a while was I was doing nude reading, where I would like read a chapter of a book, or I'd read poetry or whatever. But I'd be nude. So, it'd be like different types of lighting, or this idea that I'm nude and I'm reading. And like some people were into it because they were like, oh, I totally forgot about that book. Like, this is kind of cool. Or this idea like cool. It's nude and it's literature and, it's artsy fartsy, or,
Nude story time with Sarah Starr. I love it. That's a great idea. Yeah.
So it was a thing that I was kind of doing. And then I kind of stopped because like life just got chaotic, and like the people who really liked it, I think they kind of disappeared. Like life happened, and it happens. Yeah. So
as it happens,
I was like, maybe I'll bring it back. I was doing, I was reading Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I was like, why not? It's a great movie. It's about drugs and chaos, and
it's the best, right? What's better than that while naked? That's great. I mean, the sexiest that we've gotten on this show is when you came on for Randy's birthday. All right. And you were very low cut, and it was very beautiful. And when Kayla Cleavage was on the show, Kayla Cleavage came on and visited us right before she was about to do a FaceTime session with a client. Yeah. So she was in purple lingerie, and and the titties were out there, and I can't remember if you could see through it or not, but it was the sexiest we've ever gotten. Right. So I think we could get more into the Patreon if we can actually get some more like real. Randy, what do you think? Are you going to go? Would you go topless for movie reviews with Sarah here? Would Kristen let you?
Let me get my tan done.
Yeah,
I got to get my tan going.
Okay,
but then I'll be good.
Rock and roll. All right. Hey, all right. So if you're up for that, cool. We could work something out. It'd be great. But I Sarah, I think you're great. So I would love to do some like extra stuff with you, like porn.
No, definitely. Like I'm up to like all kinds of silly, and I'm way into it.
Yeah, awesome. That's fantastic. Okay, great. So that went well, Randy. I told you it would. All right, let's get in. Where are we now?
You didn't talk to me about shit.
Because there's nobody around to talk to, Randy. All right, like y'all just disappeared.
I always respond to you when I have time.
Yeah. When you know what, Sarah? It sucks being you get no friends. It's yeah. I'm trying to segue into the next segment, but I don't know which one to do. Hot Drummer News Babe sent me an article. Dick of the Week. Okay, so let's get into some Dick of the Week. I've got an article here from Hot Drummer News Babe.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and it is now time to introduce
this week's finalists for Dick of the Week. And here's our first nominee.
Sarah, would you judge penises of our listeners if they sent them in? Would you do that?
Randy's like, I don't want to see that at all.
No.
So they would need to send money.
Yeah. Okay.
Their photos.
All right. Gotcha.
I do have a thing where it's like, so you do remember when I did the judging between you and Ray of Sunshine, and
that's been deleted. So thank God that we don't.
I'm like, you do remember how that went, and that was one of the few times that I allowed dick pics into my mailbox without charging for them.
Okay,
but as a rule,
delete.
But as a rule, I do dick judging with money attached. So yeah, if fans of the show want to send a donation and some money and dick pic, I will tell you all about your dick on the Rem Dickman Show. We can
do segments. That's great. I love it. Okay, fantastic. All right, so let's get into Dick of the Week. Let me pull up the link here, and I should have had this ready to go, but I don't. Okay, so this is from the Washington Post, where they say democracy dies in darkness. Yet the Washington Post can't get a story right for like 3 years now. FBI controlled Anom app ensnares scores of alleged criminals in global police sting. And this is from Sydney, Australia on June 8th. The alleged drug syndicates, contract killers, and weapons dealers thought they were using high-priced, securely encrypted phones that would protect them as they openly discussed drug deals by text message and swapped photos of cocaine-packed pineapples. What they were really doing, investigators revealed Tuesday, was channeling their plot straight into the hands of U.S. intelligence agents. An international coalition of law enforcement officials announced they had ensnared alleged criminals around the world after duping them into using phones loaded with an encrypted messaging app controlled by the FBI. The audacious effort, led by the FBI, Australian police, and a host of European law enforcement agencies, gave the officials a window into the conversations of criminal networks as people planned illegal drug shipments, plotted robberies, and put out contracts for killings. So, Sarah, what do you think about this? You think this is an invasion of privacy here, or did these criminals get their comeuppance? Is the FBI overstepping their bounds? Is this brilliant? Is it scary? Like, do you have any thoughts here?
It's kind of scary because, in a sense, like I get they're trying to shut down organized crime, and they're trying to solve the crime, but what keeps them from doing it to other people?
Right. Yeah, it starts with criminals. Where does it stop?
Right? And that's kind of where you get into that fuzzy where it's like, okay, how do you create those boundaries to say like, okay, it's fine to do in these circumstances, but not these, because the type of work that I do, like being a sex worker who films it's not a crime, but
maybe it will be.
There are things that, there are things that the government does that makes it look like I live a criminal life, and there are times where it's like, I can't bank with Bank of America because they have this weird, like, morality clause.
Really?
Yeah, like Bank of America has shut down sex worker accounts.
They're trying to get $31 minimum wage instituted, though. And their company.
No, fuck Bank of America, okay? That's ridiculous. They shouldn't shut down anybody from banking. They still make money. Who needs a morality clause in banking?
It's a fascinating... And so there are cases where, like, I understand some of the reasoning, like, okay, right now, the main credit card processors, like MasterCard, Visa, are not allowing processing through Pornhub because Pornhub is under some investigation for some things that were going on the site. And that's like a whole very complex, like that's a whole podcast of its own. So if you're a card holder, you cannot have a membership, purchase, you cannot do any business on Pornhub, which kind of makes it, it's a very delicate, crazy situation. So that kind of like reflects back onto models who are doing their due diligence, doing their jobs correctly, who now cannot make that money.
Yeah. I bet Swiney's happy Pornhub can't do that because people can't use Pornhub.
He's so happy. Whoa. He's not sad at all. And I was never a big, like, that's not something that I utilized heavily because of, the way Pornhub had been for so long, because it really was not pro model. And it's like, okay, well, you're kind of getting what was coming to you, aren't you? But
yeah. At the same time, you got to do business as an independent businesswoman.
And knowing that for them to pull out of that site, what keeps them from pulling out of other sites and saying, we don't allow this.
Right. And eventually people are just going to have to get together and hire a junior web developer and just go on the open net.
Yeah, there's your own Twitter
subscribers that way.
It's great. Yeah. Well, and there was like I can't remember what it was called. There's a different, I think they called it Switter or something. There's a different Twitter. It looks just like Twitter, but it was kind of geared more toward like for sex workers. And then they were like, yeah, we're never going to get everyone to come follow us on here. That's the hard thing is get it. It's like, yeah, we can all go there, but like, how do you get like fans to follow you? They're like, follow us.
People get into the habits. Yeah. They like what they know and they don't want to change.
Yeah. You're used to going on Instagram and Twitter and, those like known platforms. And then you're like, wait, you guys don't show titties anymore. It's like, yeah, because the platforms are not sex worker friendly. And they said we got to cover up. So now we all look like, normal people.
See, this is all you need to know about politics, and this is all fucked. I'm not a great fan of the FBI and trapping. I mean, criminals are criminals, but again, maybe we shouldn't have all the laws that we actually have. But that's a whole other thing.
And that's So this is like I'm like, oh my gosh, you're like opening a whole thing that I'm like could turn into like a whole separate podcast of like, let's talk about the legal system.
I bring my buddy Huel back from the dead for that. But so the things you need to know about politics, ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to be one of the idiots who worships a politician for any reason, either side, you need to know that the people who are pro-abortion are anti-gun, and the people who are pro-gun are anti-abortion. What fucking sense does that make? All right, it's a whole bunch of hypocrites. All right. As long as your side agrees with it, you're okay with it. And if your side doesn't agree with it, you're not okay with it. That's not how things work. All right. Sex workers, for instance, right? We have this whole, it's Pride Month, right? So everybody's accepted, right? We love everybody, right? But what are we doing for the sex workers who are trying to make a living? Right? You go back to the 90s, okay, when sex workers fought so hard to become close to mainstream, and they did. Jenna Jameson, did I say that right? I'm fucking drunk now. I'm sorry. Jenna Jameson was crossing over into movies and TV, and she was known everywhere. And it's like, oh, sex workers are the new celebrities, right? And now here we are, like 20 years later, and they can't get fucking payment processing done because why? Like, what the hell happened? We were more open and free in the 90s than we are now, even though we have everybody claiming that we're all equal and we all should be treated the same. We're not. There definitely is a different class of sex workers. Again, I don't think sex workers are on the same level that they were back in the 90s. It's harder, and there's even more. While it's easier for sex workers to be out there and put their art out there, sell their business, it's not as accepted as it was 20, 30 years ago. And that's just the weirdest thing to me.
Sarah, an interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting dichotomy. Is that the word here? It's just weird how that happened.
It's like it's accepted and not accepted at the same time, where it's like, we'll accept you, but stay over there.
Yeah. Well, if you think think of Playboy magazine, right? You had an up and coming celebrity. Oh, when is she going to do Playboy? And then she did up in Playboy. Yeah. Now Playboy doesn't even need pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they brought back nudes, but still, yeah, they did that whole like non-nude. And I was like, Playboy has always been like the artful nude.
Yeah. How is this pro anything if you're not showing nudity isn't for everybody. I get it, but without Playboy,
they were, mostly like very like artful and tasteful. I mean, it's not like I'm going to put it out at Christmas dinner and be like, "Did you see the Christmas edition?" But did you see this Christmas spread?
Yeah.
But it was the idea that they're like beautifully shot and, it's a gorgeous look. And then they're suddenly like, yeah, we're going to cover up now. And I'm like,
yeah. Yeah, like feminism became all about empowering the woman and, the female beauty and female equality. And now feminism is like about, well, my son wants to play women's sports. And then we have issues with that. It's weird how we've just jumped into everything, just changed and it's all different. And I don't know. I like to, I used to have conversations with my father, Sarah. All right, my father is 73, something like that. And he would always say, oh, the 50s and the 60s, they were the best. You never get close to the 50s and 60s. And I used to say, you're a crazy old man. How could you like the 50s and 60s when we got the internet, right? We got cars that look cool, right? The 50s, they suck. Now,
more ways here to get caught, brother.
Yeah, well, here I am out of my prime in the 90s, and I'm telling everybody the 90s were the best decade ever. The 90s were the best because we were, everybody, you know what it was in the 90s, we celebrated our differences. It was okay to be different, and that's what made us great. And now, if you're different, you're wrong, and that's weird to me. And I feel old. So, anyways, Dick of the Week this week is the FBI. Fuck you, FBI. You can go fuck yourself.
I sent you like 12 Dick of the Weeks. Where were they?
I don't know, Randy. I told you to put them in the notes. If you text me a bunch of things, I'm not going to get them because if you text me after 11 o'clock at night, I'm never going to. My friend Mike, right my friend Mike takes over my phone after 11 and everything just disappears. Okay.
Oh,
all right. Yeah. Sarah, I've got some emails to the show and some voicemails. Would you rather me read emails first? Or you want to play some voicemails? You tell me.
Let's play some voicemails. I'm very curious about voicemails.
All right. We don't have a lot, but they're nice.
Nice.
Gotta play the bumper, though.
Thanks for calling the Dickman line at 860-316-4776. Please leave a message after the beep.
Keeps you waiting.
It's voicemails.
All right. Let's we got two voicemails this week, so let's get into them.
You guys were talking about swearing when you were younger and like when it started. I remember like swearing in like 4th, 5th, or 6th grade, somewhere around that time. Like it was like you would say to your friends and then kind of hide it from other friends, I guess. But at some point, I remember having like this super educational sex talk bullshit, this embarrassing as fuck with like my mom, I guess. I think my dad was there anyways. But like in the book, they had like, it was like some medical encyclopedia thing, and then it was like, the description of vagina, penis, sperm, egg, all that stuff. And I remember I knew what the word cunt was, and I remember warm German pouch is cunt, K-U-N-T. And I remember pointing at it, being a smartass, and saying cunt out loud, because I thought it was fucking awesome that I could get away with saying this. Because I was like, oh, look, it's a medical word. I can say cunt in front of my mother. And she did not find that as fucking hilarious as I did. And I remember then I got in trouble for saying cunt during a sex talk of educational proportions, and I just kind of blew that after that. So it was hilarious. Have a good day, boys.
Wow. Sarah, that C word, does that enter your vernacular at all?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. On set or like in your normal everyday life?
I like my normal everyday life. Like it doesn't flow like during a scene so much. So I'm trying to think if I think I've used it maybe in like some domination kind of stuff. shooting kind of that, but not like during a sex scene. Like it's not a word that just like naturally flows.
Yeah, it's very aggressive.
Yeah, so it's definitely something I use when driving, where I'm just like, oh, fucking cunt, you know. I'm a very
for the longest time. Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say.
I'm a cursy
I'm
driver.
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's my B. That was a 3-way pileup. I'm interrupting the show again to let you know that your old buddy, the Magic Missiles guy, is online, and Kristen's friend. She's wondering if you want us to send him a link to the Discord.
Who's the Magic Mill? What are you talking about?
Rhymes with tame.
You're not.
No. Kane.
Oh shit! Really?
Like the mayor?
Yeah. You could say his name. Fuck that guy. Yeah. Send him a link to the Discord. Okay. He'll never show up. Wow, Sarah. Nice. There we go.
Oh, sorry. I had to like readjust.
No. Please don't be sorry. Please never be sorry for that.
I had to readjust everything. They were
beautiful.
They get a little unruly. They start like sliding and.
Yeah, I can imagine. I have to deal with that. My mother used to listen to the show, and I would never use that word, and I still don't. But every once in a while, it pops out. She doesn't listen. I told her, I said, "Mother, you can't. You're too old. You can't listen to the show anymore." Because we're getting to some real adult topics, and I'm uncomfortable with you listening. And, all right. Yeah.
My favorite is see you next Tuesday.
Yes. See you next Tuesday. All right. Let's get to the next voicemail.
So normally I don't comment on Dick of the Week just because it's a segment. I listen to it and move on with my day at work. But, the Hot German News Babe was talking about Base DeSantis in Florida and the snake hunters, I guess they're like anacondas that were pets, which is a legit problem. You're a fucking asshole if you lose your pet in the wild. You should, put the animal down, put it in a shelter, put yourself down with fucking euthanasia, nonetheless. But I would like to point out, there is a term for the people who hunt these giant black anacondas, and those are called ball bunnies. They follow basketball players around. They went outside their hotel rooms in hopes of getting knocked up to get that sweet, sweet child support NBA check. So ball bunnies is the name of anaconda hunters, just for the record. Even in Florida. Have a good day, boys.
Yeah, Kanye did a song about that called Gold Digger.
But he could have called him a ball bunny.
Yeah. Wow.
So I got into the whole, like, calling things like sports bunnies from watching Letterkenny and hearing them talk about puck bunnies. I don't know if either of you watch Letterkenny. It's a great show.
I've been told I should. I haven't yet. Oh, okay. So there's Randy.
You gotta get on Hulu, man.
You gotta get on it. It's great. It's really good. Yeah. And there's a whole thing about puck bunnies. The girls who chase the hockey players. And now I'm like, oh, the ball bunnies. I never thought about that. And then I was watching Yellowstone with a friend, and they get on the topic of buckle bunnies, like rodeo riders and stuff. And I'm like, okay, so this is absolutely a thing. Like, this is a thing.
Have you ever met a rodeo guy?
No, I don't think so.
No? So
I've seen people who wear buckles. Like, I've seen people who wear belt buckles, but I'm pretty sure you could buy a belt buckle on like eBay.
You can't buy these. I mean, if you do, you spend a lot of money. No. Like we went, we went to the pro bull riding tour, right? With the Cub Scouts, right? And they were doing like autographs, and you don't know who the fuck any of these people are. I live in Connecticut, right? They just got to just come into Hartford, But we went to go get autographs because, that's what you do. And these dudes had these buckles freaking this
like
big,
they're
Sarah.
Big. Yeah.
They're massive. And I'm asking a guy, I'm like, so where'd you get that for? He's like, oh, yeah, I won the Texas Rodeo Number Nationals 2019. I'm like, holy shit, that thing's fucking amazing. So, belt buckles are a thing. My little Italian father used to wear
like impressive belt buckles, but I'm just like, I've seen like dudes wearing where I'm like, I wonder if that's like an actual
they're like championship belts. That's their trophies. They wear that shit around. Yeah.
Yeah, I want a belt. A Rich Dickman show belt.
You gotta wear a belt first. You gotta get used to that. All right, I'm gonna get into some emails. We haven't gotten emails in years, so we finally have emails. And last episode, I put a call out to our listeners. I said, "Listen, I'm looking for a co-host and I'm looking for a friend because Sarah, as you know, as I said earlier, I don't have any friends." And Ray disappeared we were legit worried about Ray of Sunshine for 3 days because we didn't hear from him. And then Randy, he's working nonstop. I don't hear from anybody. So yeah, thank you. So we got 2 emails from Joe Schmo, our loyal listener. I love you, Joe Schmo. But this is the first one. Joe Schmo here. I'm sorry you had to fire your old co-host for jumping in some cleavage, and I can't commit to a weekly show as I legit give up what little family time I have to do my own show. But I'll be your friend. It's free and has perks. I'll message you between meetings and make fun of dirty, nasty, skank whore human resource employees with you and make jokes that Randy might laugh at. Have a good day. Joe, P.S. Love the show. And then he wrote back as he listened further into the episode. And I like this one. Also, I'm glad Rem protects his children medically. And fuck their summer reading guides for school. My oldest reads Batman and Pokemon all summer, and I'll fight the teachers before I change anything. He reads what he wants, and also I'll be damned to hell before I suffocate him with a mask or give him experimental genetic and medical treatments for no damn reason. I would rather marry... I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry for this. This is our emailer writing in, not me. But he says, I would rather marry the cunt Kamala and cut off my head than risk my children's health for public approval. Unrelated, walking with your kids and wife makes any day better. Sincerely, an avid listener, Joe. P.S. Fuck Jules, the jolly whore. Wow. Jesus Christ, Joe, that got intense, man.
Like, oh gosh, there's so much in there. That's a lot. But
yes,
he sounds like he's got good friend potential.
Yeah, and I appreciate his enthusiasm.
He sounds like a good Rumsfeld. I feel like you're the W, I'm Dick Cheney, and he could be the Rumsfeld. He can bury the bodies.
I'm the W. There's gotta be somebody cooler than W you could have used. Can I be Obama? No, you're talking to Kristen right now. Yeah.
Booby,
Sarah,
sorry.
I got boobies.
Yeah. Sarah, I think you saw Kristen at the beginning of when you first come on because she turned the camera off. Yes. And she likes to walk by Randy and show the boobs when she does, which is great. That's fantastic. I'm so happy.
It's an appropriate thing. I can appreciate
little
that.
Boobs make, boobs make everybody happy, right? All right. Let's see here. What do we got left? I think that's just about, I'm going to go through my notes here. We talked about my ideas for doing projects with Sarah. We got our email. Wait a second. Let's see here. We do have also comments on our YouTube. And this is why I love Joe. Yeah, because Joe gets in there. He comments on our YouTube shows. He listens to us on YouTube rather than on a podcast app. Okay. But yeah, last week we had Spaghetti on, and Sarah was going to be our surprise guest, but she got bogged down in work and couldn't make it. And I told Spaghetti, Spaghetti, if you want to come on, this week and, Sarah can say happy birthday to you, you go ahead. But obviously Spaghetti's not here. So what are you going to do?
But happy belated birthday if he happens to listen to this on.
Yes. Sarah, so actually, what is like the sexiest way that you can say happy birthday, Spaghetti? Because he'll appreciate that. Yeah.
I'm like, It's like when you put someone on the spot and you're like, say something sexy, and then all of a sudden they're
like, it's okay. Yeah, you don't have to. Spaghetti should have been here. Svensson, when did you send me the dick of the week? When
you got to play that, man. We haven't ruled on dick of the week yet.
I didn't get anything for Svensson. Hold on. You get your stuff up. Go ahead, Sarah.
You had just outright decided the FBI was the dick of the week.
Yeah, I did.
So
I don't know what Svensson's talking about. So Joe listens to us on YouTube, and the most special of Saturday episodes. Love you, boys. Thank you, Joe. And then, that's the email. And here we go. People who listen to podcasts at 1.5 speed take away the artistic vision they wanted to present it to you. You're taking away the effort they put into the podcast. Quit being ADHD and go for a walk with a podcast in your ear to make the miles go faster. Like a man. Randy, he's talking to you, man. Listen to shit at 1.5, 2 times
I legitimately take Adderall twice a day for my attention deficit disorder, so I resent that accusation. but I will say that it is fair. I listen to 1.75 speed, and I've worked my way up to that. So pretty soon I'll be at 1.9. 1.9 rim.
Sarah, do you listen to any type of podcast in your normal life, or is this
here and there? Depends on what I'm doing. I usually listen to music just because I feel like if I'm listening to a podcast, I need to actually stop and focus on it because I do want to like listen to what's being said. So I don't want to put it on like in the background and just be all like, and then be like, oh my God, I totally missed something. So that's kind of where I get with things. But so, it depends on what I'm doing. So, and I like a good true crime story. I like weird stuff like that. Like there's a podcast that's something like Let's Never Meet Again. And it's all these kind of shorter stories about like weird meetings or weird happenstances, like running into someone who's like real fucked up. And it's like, let's never meet again.
And you're listening to these at normal speed, cool. Right? You're not speeding them up.
Yeah. No, I just put it on normal. I've never tried speeding something up, so now I'm like kind of curious.
No, don't do it because you'll just get down a whole wormhole that you never
start at 1.25 and you'll
stop it. Stop it, Randy. Do you take offense when somebody might be watching one of your scenes, but like speeding it up or fast forwarding to the whatever?
I can get like, okay, so let's say someone's watching a porno and they don't want to like scroll to try to find where the sex starts, so they set it on like 2 speed to like they're like, yeah, totally fuck this long ass intro. And they're like, I don't care what the problem is here. I just want to see a blowjob.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it. It's okay. You're missing you're missing stuff, but if that's what you're into, it's what you're into. So I get it. And sometimes people are just in a hurry. They're in a hurry. Everyone's in a hurry now. Like people don't want to just slow down and whatever. So, and I have to admit, there's some pornos out there that are just too long where you're like, this porno's like an hour. And it's just a scene. Like this isn't like a movie. It's a sex scene and it's an hour.
And this is edited down. How long did it take?
Yes, right. Like that's the edit. Like that's the final product. And the intro is maybe like say 7 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. So you've easily still got 40 minutes of sex.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I mean, I'm just not
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm not flicking my bean that long.
No.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something about me? And this is why I like getting drunk on the podcast, because at the end of the show, I'll come out with these things that I normally wouldn't say in real life. But Are
you a napper, Rim?
No, I'm not a napper. I wish I was. I usually can't finish. I can't finish until I see the pop shot. And I prefer the pop shot to be a facial, right? So if the thing is 45 minutes long, old Rim Dickman has a problem. I don't have 45 minutes to dedicate to this, right? So
you're like,
I gotta
see, you're watching at 2 speed.
I just gotta fast forward. Like, what do I need to see first? First of all, I need to see the woman turn around and pull her panties down so I get all that ass, right? And I need to see like 30 seconds of the blowjob because it shit gets boring after a while. Maybe the dude going down on her for a minute or 20 seconds. I don't know. And then I need to see, cause I'll say I'm an ass man. I like to watch like the doggy style position or the cowgirl position where we got a lot of ass action, right? So I kind of move to that, get into that, do what I need to do. Then we go to the end. All right. And then I'm just waiting for that pop shot right on, the facial. Okay. However, there's nothing that tells you this is definitely going to be a facial. So you're getting all excited. You're getting ready to go. Here it comes. And then it's like on the tits or that's the worst. Like a cream pie or even like on the back or some shit. Like imagine Peter North doing all that work, right? Waiting for that beautiful cum shot. And it just goes like on her stomach. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what did we just do? We just wasted 25 minutes of my life.
And so much of it spent with you doing this with the mouse. No, that's too far. Wait.
Just move it.
And then you're you're trying to.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. Yeah. It's like, no, that's too much dude like asshole. I don't want to see that.
Video in itself, like the frustrated masturbator.
Yeah. And the shot
15 seconds button.
The shot that I hate the most, Sarah, is when, and it's usually in like a missionary, okay, and they go behind the guy. So you get the woman's asshole, you get the penetration, but you get dude asshole like right in front of you. Because
yeah.
It's like, you know what?
That kind of, yeah.
Yeah. That's not my thing. Like, I don't really want to see that. Please turn over. I'm here to look at the beautiful woman.
You don't want to see like his balls and taint.
No, because here's what happens. Okay, Sarah, here's what happens because a lot of these guys are hairless. Okay. So I start being me. I'm the person who asks questions, right? So I'm thinking this guy has no hair in his asshole. So is he getting Brazilian wax? Like, is he shaving that? Oh, you have insight.
Okay, so I mean, not everywhere, but I know like in places like LA and Vegas, there are places that do male Brazilians. They'll call it like a Manzillian or a male tune-up. And yeah, they will just like, some dudes get lasered, some delicately shave, or they'll ask, for a little assistance in the shaving department from, their lady friend or counterpart or whatever. So yeah, the hair removal process is a real thing. I, as someone who does not have testicles, but obviously has had a Brazilian or 12, I just can't imagine. I'm like it's gotta be. No, I don't know.
I'll get in there with my cool little, razor. I get down there and take care of things, but I'm not going to get no wax done because that looks like hella painful, and that's not for me. It's not for me.
When I asked my,
what if we get the Patreon to $500?
I'll do it. Yeah.
So when I asked my esthetician, my waxer, I was like, hey, do you do guys? She's like, oh, no. She's like, that's a whole other class and it's way complicated. And I also just don't want to look at dudes' balls all day. I'm
exactly.
I respect that.
I can't blame her.
Let's talk real discrimination. Okay, this is a real issue. Nobody cares about dudes' problems, but where am I going to go to get my ass waxed, right? No chick's going to want to do that. I got to find some dude to do that, and I'm not that comfortable with some guy going, digging into my asshole. Like I'm not as sexually free as some people.
No. They don't even like. Okay, so I know it makes it sound like they're digging in your asshole, but honestly, like the process of like you getting your asshole waxed, or as they would call it, the butt strip. Like they don't even touch your asshole. Like you're all like a turtle on your back with your legs pulled up.
Yeah.
And it's an awkward position. And then they just spread the wax with a stick. So it's not like they're like, poking you with fingers. And then they just rip it off. And it's surprisingly, that's like the least painful part of the wax. It's like, oh, I thought this was going to be far worse.
Yeah. A part of me wants to experience it just to experience it because that's what I am. I just like to experience things. But the other part is like, you know what? Not worth it.
So if I win the Vax a million and pay, will you get waxed?
I would for money. I would do that. Yeah. Sarah's got to be there though to watch. I'm sorry. No, you don't.
Oh, jeez.
You're like, it's going on the Patreon.
I gotta do something now that Ray of Sunshine's gone. I gotta keep motivated. I don't have
I absolutely asked her if I could video like getting waxed, and she wears a mask anyway, and I was just like, is there a way I can like video this, because my fans would probably like to see me like screaming in pain anyway. And she's like, no, she's like, no.
Really?
Yeah. And it wasn't like her being weird about what I do or anything like that. She's just like, oh no.
Can I ask, is she an Asian woman?
No, No.
Okay.
She's
Ecuadorian.
Rim.
No, I'm just listen. A lot of Asian people get into the waxing.
No, which is very true. I mean, it's pretty common. No, she's just a regular American.
Right, that's awesome. Yeah, Americans taking American job back. I like it. That's no, Sarah. Actually, the dudes, and you know this because you work in the industry, and I can tell you as a guy, dudes liked a lot of weird things. So you would probably do really well selling asshole waxing videos. And
well,
too bad she won't
because I was like,
you.
like someone would definitely like to see me like getting that whole Brazilian done because it's just so damn weird. And she was just like, "Ooh, let's not." And I'm like,
"Yeah,
you can think about it."
Oh, all right. So I think that'll do it for tonight. Randy, do you have anything that you want to get into?
We got 2 more Dick of the Weeks, buddy.
No, we don't have 2 more Dick of the Weeks. Okay, that's enough for Dick of the Weeks.
Yeah, we do in chat in the Rich Dickman live show.
Yeah, Svensson, you got to email.
You got to at least watch the video. You got to at least watch the video of this guy slapping this other guy. It's Italian. He looks Italian.
We'll do that next week. Sven, you guys got to email this stuff to me because Ray of Sunshine isn't here to keep things from Twitter into the notes, okay? And I'm very busy with a million other things, all right? And I'd rather talk to Sarah about Brazilian wax. Sarah, you named the episode. It's going to be named Manzillian. I got to tell you real quick because we do episode art for the episode. I do the episode art, right? And I don't know if you've seen any of the pictures when I promote the show, but I was looking for like a picture because I know I saw one somewhere of you with these 2 African American gentlemen who were ready to go to work, and I thought it'd be hilarious if I put my face on one and Randy's face on the other with you in the middle. And I'm thinking, you know what? It's probably not a great idea though for us, so I'm not going to do that. So I got to figure something.
Might not be good. Maybe just grab one of the ones with grab the ones with Swiney and Angus or something. If you can find one then where we're not naked.
Oh my God. That was the next one too, because I couldn't find the first picture I was looking for, but Swiney and Angus with you in the middle came up. I'm like, oh, and I sent it to Ray and Randy, and I'm like, hey, what if I did this one? and I'm not gonna do it. But Sarah, this has been a pleasure. You've done a great job as my Definitely Not main host tonight. Thank you so much for coming along. Go ahead and let all my fans know where we can see the beautiful Sarah Starr in all of her glory. And I mean all of her glory, because this is a real life porn
There's
star,
a lot of glory
folks.
Here.
Yeah, goddamn right. And it's all beautiful. So promo it all, Sarah.
So the easiest way to find me is allmylinks.com/Sarah Starr. But Twitter is Sarah Starr XXX. Gosh. And I'm all over the place. If you put like Sarah Starr XXX into Google or whatever, it populates. But yeah, allmylinks.com/Sarah Starr has literally all the links, all the stuff.
Yeah. That's why it's called All My Links. Right?
Yeah,
boom.
all of them.
Using the brain. I love that raccoon on your arm there. Is he eating a bowl of... Or what is that, a donut?
So he's in a little goblet and he's eating a pineapple. So basically he's in a cocktail because he's a trash panda. A lot of my friends joke and call me a trash panda. And it actually goes back to an industry story. There was the first AVN Halloween party I went to many years ago, several years ago. And they had like different levels. So if you're in the industry, you can go up to this industry level where it's strictly people in the business, no fans, so like kind of everyone there. And you're like, okay, cool. This is all like people I know loosely. And and the drinks were stupid expensive. Like it was easily like the cheapest drink was like $15.
Jesus Christ.
And again, this is how the trash panda thing started. And I saw these models, and I'm not going to name any names, but they were very high end, like very famous porn performers. And
Kendra
they're
Lust.
sipping.
Was it Kendra Lust?
No. But they're like sipping their cocktails and like not even like barely had it, like maybe a sip, and put it down and walks away, left their drinks. And I'm like, did she just abandon like a $20 cocktail? Did she really
get it?
She's trolling for free Molly.
Well, so me being Trash Panda, I went and picked it up because I'm like, well, she abandoned her drink. And I saw someone else, very famous, do the same thing. So suddenly I had 2 cocktails.
Yeah.
And I got back to my friends and they're like, how did you get 2 drinks? And I'm like, oh, and I was like, she put hers down and then she put hers down and they walked away from them. So now I have free drinks.
Perfect. That's brilliant. Like, I don't.
Wow.
That's something I would do. You know what? It's alcohol. It's a disinfectant as it is.
I was with friends, so if I did get roofied, I was with friends. I was gonna be fine.
Yeah, they'll take good care of you.
It was quite the event, and that kind of started the Trash Panda thing. And I've done other like very ridiculous things that apparently people in Los Angeles don't do.
You know what? Fuck Los Angeles. We're going to have you. I hope you had fun. I'd love to have you back again. I thought this was great. So I would like to say.
They're all moving to Austin.
If you need any help with any type of production, like audio, whatever, let me know. Here we go. I'll help you out. But if you need any ideas, I got plenty. Like Sarah Star with a female bodybuilder with a little person, 3-way. I think that would be amazing. All right. They got all 3 extremes. It'd be wonderful. But we can talk about that.
Book Gary Oldman to be the little person. Gary Oldman.
You know what? Yeah, Gary
from Tiptoes.
Sarah, you're wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for tonight. Thank you all for listening to the Rich Dickman Show every single week. Appreciate every single one of you who does what?
We got to bring this baby home.
Thank you, Randy. My God, I'm so out of practice with this. And you take one person out of the mix and I get all screwed up. But thank you again for listening. If you like what we do, you want to support the show, please tell a friend. That's the best way to promote a podcast. Tell a friend. Let them know you listen to the Rich Dickman Show. Check it out. But if you like us even more than that, you can go ahead and check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Rich Dickman. You heard Sarah earlier in the show. She's totally willing to review some porn, to do a movie comment. She's down. So Sarah, you and I will get off. I'll bug you in the DMs and see if you're available to do something fun like that. If you are, cool. Yeah. If you just set it for the show, I understand as well. Like I get it. I understand how things go. But I'd love to do some bonus stuff with you. That'd be great. But right now, on the Rich Dickman Patreon, patreon.com/Rich Dickman, is the Liquor Fueled Scorpion Bowl episode from September of 2014, and that is the episode that directly led to the breakup of Triple T of Torn Think Tank. Okay, and it is a good one, by the way, and it is also the last episode with a certain person on that cast. You probably know who I'm talking about. So they get well, actually,
God,
yeah, thank God. I know. The next episode will be the Kineticon. We'll put that one out in, what's this, June? So the Kineticon episode will go out in July, and then we'll go back to Liquor Fueleds for our August, September, October. But this is the one, all right? So check it out. If you wanted to hear old Rem Dickman throw up on a podcast, that's the one. So patreon.com/Rich Dickman. Yeah, it happened. We did a shot of 151, Sarah, and that did not stay down. It was not good.
There's a lot of Rich Dickman talk on this one, too.
Yes, and that's enough out of you, Randy,
and
about
Steve
that.
Cogliano.
No, Steve DeBruce,
something like that.
and Lucy Chuckleberg. Yeah, but Rich Dickman made his first appearance. And in this video, the video of this show is on our Patreon as well, patreon.com/Rich Dickman. You see the beautiful Sarah Star in all her glory right there talking with Randy, myself, and even Tanks makes an appearance. So thank you, Heart of Tanks, for coming on and doing Fake News the Game. Right now, Sarah's video froze. I hope she's still online. You can find us at richdickman.com. There you are. Okay, cool. richdickman.com for all the Rich Dickman needs. I said at the beginning of the show, get yourself some shirts. Go to amazon.com, search Rich Dickman, find the Eat the Rich shirt. That is the best shirt in the world. You can get the Eat the Rich shirt because fuck rich people and fuck our politicians and fuck our quote unquote leaders.
Yeah,
they're just ruining
people,
everything.
Rim.
No,
still not fat people friendly. We appeal to the massive. Damn it!
All right,
I demand that you print that T-shirt.
All right, and if
a
you're
5XL.
If you go to richdickman.com, all right, you click on video content, you'll see the Sarah Star non-porno porn. If you want that shirt, that thick bitches love the Rich Dickman Show, let me know, and I will hook you up. All right, we'll get that taken care of. And get on the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all that stuff, and listen to our friends, okay? Listen to Roast Mordencast, listen to Who Gives a Shit with Adam and Crippled Jesus, and listen to those guys in Not For Human Consumption. The best part of Spaghetti's birthday episode on NFHC after he did our episode last week is that Spaghetti had nothing to say. The only thing he had to say was about me. All right. He had to bring up me to have something interesting to say. So I consider that a win. RichDickmanShow@gmail.com. All right. If you want to get in, if you want to send an email like Joe did earlier, or at Rich Dickman Show on Twitter, you can find executive producer Randy at Sir0 with an E. You can email him, Sir0 with an E at gmail.com. Producer Ryan at RyanTRDS. My mother at Rem_Mama. I am at Rem Dickman. Sarah Star is at Sarah Star XXX. And of course, Randy, if they want to join the show or leave a voicemail, like how do they do all that, Randy Bobandy?
Well, first of all, if you want to join the show, we're here Thursdays at like 10 p.m. Eastern. And you go to bit.do/TRDS1. That's bit.do/TRDS1. And then as far as the voicemail line, that one is very near and dear to my heart. It's 860-316-4776. That's 860-316-4776. You can call, or as Ray of Sunshine used to say, text us anytime. We'll answer night or day.
Don't text, just leave a voicemail. And if you want to hear Sarah again, let us know. And if you're interested in any bonus content with Sarah, that she's willing to do it. All right. And she might just be saying for the show. So, I might DM you later tonight, Sarah, and you'll be like, fuck off, Rem. That was awful. I hate you. Never contact me again. I will respect your wishes. I'm a respectful, polite
You're going to be
individual.
like, why am I blocked on Twitter? What happened? No.
Yeah, what happened? My favorite BBW porn star
That'll
blocked
make me laugh.
Yeah, I was looking through all the blocked people who used to listen to the old shows. It came up. Anyway, Sarah, thank you again. You were wonderful. Randy, thank you. Shout out to my boy, Home Slice. I appreciate what you're doing tonight. Thank you so much. Thanks for doing the fake news, the game. Check out Tanks' stuff. I don't know what he said. He's been back in a couple of weeks. We'll do fake news, the game. We'll get HDNB. And Sarah, I'd love to have you back if you're willing to come back. This is great. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Have a good week. Have a great life, everybody. And we'll see you next week. Good night.
Good night.
See ya. Boosh.
No, you did though. You didn't see ya.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
You didn't, asshole.
No, we got to coach the guest. Definitely not co-host. Definitely not main host. Excuse me. Yeah. Sarah, can you say see ya?
See ya.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, no.
It's Thursday night. You know what that means. I can steal that one too.
See ya. Yeah. Hey, Sarah, I didn't ask you. What kind of music do you listen to? I wanted to ask you that.
Oof, gosh, so much. A lot of like pop punk, some metal. It's a lot. It's pretty broad.
Have you ever heard of on YouTube Frog Leap Studios, Leo Marocchioli?
Yes, I love his covers.
You have? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my favorite thing right now. Oh my god. Yeah.
His covers are so good.
It's amazing. You hear like a metal version of freaking Dance Monkey. It's
like some of the covers are better than the actual song. It's like, oh, this is actually really good.
Like Hello. Okay. That's amazing. Oh my god. Yep.
I like the metal cover of Bad Blood by Taylor Swift. Yeah, that's a good one.
Does he do that? Does Leo do it?
No, I don't know if he does that, but this is